Yeah, you definitely saw the title of this video, so you have an idea on where this is going. Basically, I've been thinking a lot about parasocial relationships, which are relationships developed with a total stranger, like on the internet. I say relationship because, of course, relationships are two-way streets. And a parasocial relationship, that's a one-way street. I started thinking about this after the death of Chadwick Boseman, which I've obviously talked at length about. The thing is, as someone on the autistic spectrum, it's incredibly easy for me to get into a parasocial relationship due to the fact I don't really have the best way to connect to people personally. It's just not one of my natural skills. However, I do think it has something to do with the way famous people present themselves in media. I'm not suggesting people change their brand in any meaningful way, but I am suggesting that there is no perfect resolution to this issue. I know, right? You may remember last year when I made a pretty abrupt video about the death of Chadwick Boseman, which helped kickstart this idea in my head. You see, there will always be people susceptible to parasocial relationships regardless of what celebrities do to egg them on. And thankfully, I don't think I'm going to be the victim of that often anymore. I'm sure there are plenty of creepy stalkers out there, but I'm not one of them, and I'm not pointing fingers either. One thing I think is important to note is there are benefits to being parasocial. And for reference, I'd like you to check out a video by The Take that has a very good deep dive into the Abed character from Community, and it's really insightful and enlightening. But whatever the case, parasocial relationships can be helpful in determining your own values, so long as you don't take it too far. Ultimately, it requires maturity, intelligence, and a conscience to figure out which parasocial relationships are worth imitating and which ones might ultimately be negative. To be honest, imitation is the only way we should engage in parasocial relationships, but we should not think of them as actual friendships. So despite the fact that imitation can be healthy, I do think there is a line and that you shouldn't cross it if you cannot all help it. Well, that's all I got for you. Feel free to like, pledge, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you next week.